Warm welcome to the latest OncoShorts podcast, brought to you by MedSynapse. OncoShorts is a weekly program covering a wide range of clinical and scientific medical content that offers enriching insights into the world of oncology. In today's podcast episode, we will discuss the recent approval of a new drug by the Food and Drug Administration for the use of Belzutifan for cancers associated with von Hippel Lindau disease. Belzutifan, a hypoxia inducible factor, was approved for adult patients with von Hippel Lindau disease who require therapy for associated renal cell carcinoma, central nervous system hemangioblastomas, or pancreatic neuroendocrine tumours without requiring immediate surgery. Von Hippel Lindau disease is a rare genetic disease and is associated with benign and malignant neoplasms in different organ systems in the body. Inactivation of the von Hippel Lindau gene leads to aberrant stabilization and accumulation of hypoxia inducible factor 2 alpha, which drives tumor growth. Belzutifan has shown safety and potent anti-tumor activity in previous studies, and hence, remains a viable option for treating patients with von Hippel Lindau disease-associated cancers. The recent approval was based on the data from Study 004, a Phase 2, open-label trial, in 61 patients with von Hippel Lindau-associated renal cell carcinoma, diagnosed based on the VHL germline alteration, and with at least one measurable solid tumor, localized to the kidney. Enrolled patients had other von Hippel Lindau-associated tumors, such as CNS hemangioblastomas, or pancreatic neuroendocrine tumors. The study excluded patients with metastatic disease. Patients involved in the study received 120 mg Belzutifan, once daily, until disease progression or unacceptable toxicity was observed. The study population included mixed demographics, with 82% having an Eastern Cooperative Oncology Group performance status of 0, 16% with status 1, and 1.6% with a status of 2. The median diameter of renal cell carcinoma target lesions was 2.2 centimeters. The primary endpoint analyzed was the overall response rate in von Hippel Lindau-associated renal cell carcinoma, as per response evaluation criteria in solid tumors, version 1.1, evaluated by an independent review committee. Additional endpoints included the duration of response and time to response. The median duration of exposure was 68 weeks. The overall response rate of 49% was reported in patients with von Hippel Lindau-associated renal cell carcinoma, with a 95% confidence interval between 36% and 62%. All the patients were followed for 18 months after the administration of medication. The median duration of response was not reached, with patients still responding after 12 months. Median time to response was recorded at 8 months in the group. For patients with von Hippel Lindau associated with CNS hemangioblastomas, the overall response rate was 63%, with the median time to response of 3 months. The overall response rate for pancreatic neuroendocrine tumors was 83% and the median time to response of 8 months. 73% and 50% of the respective patients were responding to the treatment for over 12 months. Adverse events were observed in over 25% of the participants, which included decreased hemoglobin in 93%, anemia in 90%, fatigue in 64%, increased creatinine in 64%, and headaches, dizziness, increased glucose, and nausea in over 30% of the participants. Anemia and hypoxia was observed with Belzutifan, with 90% and 1.6% observations in the study, respectively. Belzutifan can render hormonal contraceptives ineffective and can result in fetal harm in pregnant women. From the study, it was concluded that a high overall response rate was observed with the administration of Belzutifan for von Hippel Lindau in renal cell carcinoma and its associated tumors. With demonstrated durable efficiency by targeting the underlying pathophysiology of the disease and a favorable safety profile, Belzutifan could prove to be an effective systemic agent for von Hippel Lindau-associated renal cell carcinoma and associated tumors. Being the first and only approved systemic therapy for patients with von Hippel Lindau-associated tumors, the approval is a significant milestone as an innovative treatment option for more patients. Adding to the development, Dr. Ramaprasad Srinivasan, at the National Cancer Institute in the United States, stated, "The FDA's approval of Belzutifan marks an important step forward by introducing a systemic therapy that has the potential to improve the current treatment paradigm for patients with certain types of VHL-associated tumours." This concludes our today's OncoShorts podcast, brought to you by MedSynapse. Thank you for listening.